Hello Leo, Leo Rising and Leo Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting December 11th, 2017. And just a quick reminder for all of you out there, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. And up until the end of the year, I've got a special sale going on gift certificates once again. $65 gift certificates are now on sale for just $50 if you are looking to take advantage of that discount. Again, you can do so at my website. They can be applied to either 30-minute or 45-minute appointments to schedule, so 45-minute appointment, now $15 off if you want to look at it that way. So what's going on with your astrology this week anyhow? Well, Mercury retrograde is sort of the star of the show, but he's behaving very, very well this week. And it all starts on Tuesday, where Mercury, again, retrograde in Sagittarius, your fifth house of love, romance, and your relationships with your kids, is going to be conjunct the Sun in this area as well. And when we have Mercury retrograde conjunct the Sun, there is an opportunity to actually realize some kind of goal, or perhaps even some kind of big, I guess you could say, achievement that you and a partner, or you and a crush or a lover have tried to realize in the past, but we just couldn't. This could have been a mutual goal, or this may have been something the two of you missed due to a lack of availability, but it's being put back on the table as a wonderful opportunity for the two of you to, get this realization or get this experience under your belt. If you are single, this can indicate perhaps an event or maybe even a familiar social circle linking you in with somebody from your past who actually could be quite a hot flame. Later on in the week, Mercury retrograde will conjunct Venus on Friday in this very same area. And this is definitely boding very, very well for bringing any kind of peace or clearing the air around any kind of challenges or issues that maybe have been, creating some tension between you and a partner or you and a child. This could be an opportunity to erode or get rid of some kind of dark cloud looming overhead, whether it's the way we relate to each other or just how that relationship has been functioning. Usually this comes with some kind of mutual peace offering that the two of you share, and possibly a gift that you didn't see coming. So what's going on with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice, you have the card of the Queen, and the prompt reads love and prosperity. And usually when we get the Queen, it is important to pay attention to when it's our job to go first. And it's also important to pay attention that with the Queen, we talk about love and prosperity. It's the early bird getting the worm, yes, but gratitude in action keeps that good trend going. We talk about gratitude in action. This is going to be a week where the more you give, the more you get. The more you get, the more you better give. And with the Queen, we tend to see, again, things going extremely well in both areas of love and finance, two of the top 5 big questions people always ask about. With the Queen, however, it's important to pay attention to also be socially available and socially visible. It's not necessarily going about acting like a celebrity for its own sake, but also being seen as active in other people's lives with your generosity and, again, with that active gratitude. We have an opportunity for a lot of you Leo people to be taking center stage and holding a lot of people's attention this week, but you need to be seen doing the generous thing. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Ace of Swords reversed. And again, we have that theme of, look, the early bird is the one getting the worm. Now, with the Ace of Swords reversed, this can be a bit of a challenge, though, because sometimes we're not prompted to take action, and so we may be afraid to do so of our own accord without that external prompt. Sometimes with the Ace of Swords reversed, this can indicate a situation at the office where we have a chance to race ahead and get ahead and no one's competing with us. But at the same time with the Ace of Swords reversed, we might be afraid of, just sort of acting out of order, speaking out of turn. Sometimes with the Ace of Swords reversed, it's time to pay attention to where we may have left something in the wrong person's hands, either at work or even in a financial situation that we are in. We may have to reconsider taking something out of somebody's hands, even if there's somebody that we trust on any other given day, but because we may actually be realizing or finding out some news about him or her not being right for the job. And this can be a little bit disappointing. Sometimes we kind of were counting on them to be the right-hand man, right-hand woman, but they're not necessarily, again, living up to snuff. And I think that with the Ace of Swords reversed, we have to reassign whatever this request is, or whatever this need is. The good news is, though, again, the fortune is going to favor the people who do it quickly, and people who, again, don't wait to be told what to do. The same thing can go with applying for new jobs. The Ace of Swords reverse can indicate a need to pay attention to where you do have authorization to check in, or practically even go in and tell somebody else you're hired. Don't literally do that, because that'll sound weird. But at the same time, you do need to be comfortable with taking control from people who normally have control. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Seven of Swords upright. And the Seven of Swords upright can be, let's just say, it can be a little bit distressing. You may be catching a friend or a relative doing something you find to be morally ambiguous, or even ethically ambiguous. If it's something that you don't approve of, either because it's immoral, unethical, hopefully not illegal, this may be something that kind of changes the way you view this friend or this relative. And usually with the Seven of Swords upright, it does indicate that you are in some way kind of catching him or her in the act. When we talk about catching them in the act, it could be actually hearing them tell one story one way and then tell it to another person the other. And whatever is going on here, this person is definitely trying to keep this a secret, but they fail. Now, catching him or her in the act may not necessarily make you do anything, but this can change the way we handle the relationship. Obviously, if you feel like this is out of character, or this may be sort of that silent cry for help, feel free to intervene. But it is your friend or your relative who's actually, doing the dirty thing right now. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Emperor reversed. And again, who's going to take power when everyone seems to be advocating the throne? And that seems to be a big focus this week. With the Emperor reversed, we are seeing that there is sort of a vacuum, a power vacuum in places where there could be clear hierarchies. There could be bosses, there could be authority figures, friends and partners who are usually in charge, not available, whether they're not willing or able. Of course your mileage will vary, as I always say with these general horoscopes. But with the Emperor card reversed, it's saying, okay, Leo, there is a chance for you to actually commandeer some control and get this back on track, whatever this is. But if we're afraid to take control because, maybe with the Ace of Swords reversed, again, we're not used to having that kind of choice at work. Maybe with the Seven of Swords upright with our friend or a relative, we don't want to take control, or we're worried about making something worse, even if they are doing something wrong. I understand. But the power vacuum is going to be your challenge this week, and how you are going to choose to handle it and be seen righting the wrongs is up to you. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we've got the Hierophant reversed. And there definitely seems to be a very fortunate change in rules, a fortunate change in how we normally do things with our partner, or the way we do with our crushes or our lovers and things like that. The Hierophant card reverse can often indicate getting rid of a rule or maybe an agreement, whether it's a partnership agreement, a cultural agreement, or just some kind of standard that we know is making us both very unhappy. This could be the way we're handling our relationship. We may catch ourselves doing things that we're not, maybe we're listening to too many outside voices. Maybe our parents are chiming in just way too much with the way we're raising our kids. Maybe we're in a situation where, our partnership is sort of unnecessarily pressured by what other couples are doing. Usually with the Hierophant card reversed, again, there could be some kind of rule or unnecessary boundary that needs some tweaking, but overall it's way better for the partnership. We also have, with the Hierophant card reversed again, for those of you single and looking, somebody completely outside your type is going to be actually arriving into your space, and it may actually surprise you to find how much breaking your own rules for this person can be very satisfying. Deep down, they may actually be your type, and they just don't carry that on the surface like we wish sometimes. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. Cat scratching at the door. Time to go get the cat.